Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners. You are tuning into the Goldylocks Productions presentation of the Spiritual Insight Show with Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and so happy, honored, and excited to be sitting back in Sacred Circle with each and every one of you this evening, the last Sunday in January 30th. Woo! This month went by so fast, didn't it? Yes, it did. Ah, my goodness. Anyway, so let me just, those of you who are watching for the first time, thank you and welcome so much to the show. We are streaming live on YouTube and also on Rumble. So welcome all of our live viewers and also welcome all of the archived, those who are going to watch the replays, the video replays, and even the audio, which is uploaded to multiple music and audio streaming platforms. So just want to welcome everyone. And my website is on top there, whitesagewoman.com, if you would like to check that out. And just let me welcome everyone who is entering into the Sacred Circle this evening. Say hello, Ruth. Hello, Kim, Sugar Kim. Hello, Richard. Oh, Richard's got karaoke tonight. You go. You sing. Very good, Richard. Sing, sing, sing. Whatever makes your heart happy. That's great. And hello, Ruth. Oh, I already said hello, Ruth. Well, hello, Ruth. Hello again. I guess you needed to hear it again. And so yeah. Yay. Laughter, singing, raise the vibration. There you go, Richard. Thanks so much, though, for stopping by and saying hello. And we wish you the best in your singing this evening. So I know he'll catch the replay. And let me just welcome our Rumble viewers too over here. So welcome everyone. All right. So wow, so how's everyone feeling? How's everyone doing? How's everybody doing this evening? Any comments from the last show, or just is there any questions? Anybody have any questions or comments or anything? You know, just share with me. Share. I love how interactive our circle is. And so just noticing. I hope you've been noticing a lot. Witnessing, observing. And so good evening, Wendy. Hello. And so in Connecticut, we had this. Well, I can say just in Connecticut, it really hit a lot of people, like the West Coast. Yeah, the West Coast. It hit the East Coast really, well, I don't want to say badly, but it really did, whether it's temperatures or snow. And so Florida even had cold temperatures, and we're in Connecticut, Wendy and I, and we did get some snow. We got lots of snow. And so the winter storm, I guess they actually named these winters. They named these winter storms too. So, the winter storm came to visit yesterday and left a lot of snow. Made a mess. It's all right. We had lots of wind. So then there's snow drifts, and it looked like sand dunes. And I took some recordings of Saturday morning when it started. I took some recordings of it, and then this morning I took some of like the aftermath. And so, you know, where I share this information and where we interact too is, did you know that Goldylocks Productions has a Telegram group? We have a private group on Telegram. Don't cringe if you hear me say Telegram. Our group is only for the highest and greatest. Raise the vibration. We have fun. We laugh. We communicate with each other. It's to continue this, like how the live chat, a lot of people have so much fun, but it's kind of like that. We just continue on, and it's a lot of fun. But it's You can only get in by invite only with the link. So I post a link in the chat and YouTube. Now it is in the description on Rumble. If you wanted to click on that, how you can join our group on Telegram. This is a private group, which means you cannot search for it. You won't find it. So you have to click the link, join our group, and we have lots of fun. And that's where I share my videos there. And we're a lot of us, we share a lot of great stuff. It's fun. So come join us if you're not there already. So let me catch back on some of these comments. So Sugar Kim spent the day exploring Arizona, went to Payson and other cool small towns. Nice. It was 55 here today and sunny. Well, that's a little cool, huh? But sunny is good. Yay. Hello, Robin. Yay. Glad you could join us. So, yeah. Although 55 would feel like summer now. I mean, I think it was overnight was like 9 or 10 degrees, but with that wind, it was colder. And then today I got up to 20, I think 20, 21 degrees. And then it's back down again to like 14 degrees Fahrenheit for those who are watching from different countries, because we do have a huge viewership, and we're so grateful for everyone who watches and listens to our shows. And so it's I don't mind the weather because, I'm actually from the South and moved here. So it was like, yeah, okay. Most people do it the other way around. Oh, I don't want the snow anymore. I'm going to move to the South. And me, it was like, I wanted snow. We didn't grow up with that. I wanted it. So here it is. So I'm happy. Oh, Robin, thank you so much. Thank you. We like the same kind of clothes, don't we? Look, it's got the little ruffles. Woo! Anyway, you never know what we're going to talk about here on this show. But no. So everyone just take a deep breath. How everyone is feeling. And I just wanted to share, took advantage. I did something very good yesterday as far as usually, I will get some work done. It's okay. So there was no shows, no nothing yesterday. And so usually I will just, you have a routine on what you do in the morning times and just what you're going to do throughout the day. And so there was no shows, there's nothing else yesterday or last night. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? And we were snowed in. But we prepared and planned for that. And it was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to step out of my office. I answered emails and things like that. And then I was like, I'm going to go sit in the living room and just chill and veg and chill out with my hubby, and then I got up and it's like, you know what, we have a lot of recorded shows. Let's just catch up on just spend some time together and catch up on some of that. And it was very fun, very relaxing. And but before I did that, I always like to spend time, my quiet time and meditation time, and to let's allow some messages to come through. And it's always intensified when it's raining or snowing. It's that water, it's that moisture. It's a great amplifier, isn't it? So I want to share just some of the messages that were coming through. And I thought it was very profound. So I will share with everyone here. So this is when some of the channeling, the messages that were coming through from my celestial and angelic, the holy angels, the Seraphim, my committee. Of course, all sorts of guides. We have all sorts of people on our committee or our team, or however you want to call them. So, all right. I let, sometimes I'll start the conversation with my committee by asking questions, and sometimes they'll just start. If you just, and let me back up here for a moment. Who's also on our committee? Our higher self. Our higher self is on that committee. Numero uno. Like, oh, who's my spirit guides? Who's this, and this? It's your higher self should be your number one guide. Quite honestly, I know they teach so many different things, but I'm going to tell you, it's always worked for me. You have the holiest of angels, you're these tall celestial beings, your higher self, your guardian angel is always with your higher self. So a little trick, so to speak, is how do you know you're talking to your higher self, or how do you meet your higher self? Is calling your guardian angel and say, all right, guardian angel, I want to have a conversation with my higher self, whether it's your soul, your higher self, and just be quiet. You do this enough, your higher self will just start the conversation, which was in this case. All right. And so it was like, okay, so we hear lately that we're in a spiritual war of light versus dark. And this is the evil darkness. All right. Not our shadow dark, our evil, this evil darkness. So they're saying we're in this war of consciousness. It is a multi-dimensional war and a temporal war. And now I was like, so what do you mean by temporal? Because they said temporal, I'm thinking of temples in my head. Temples, which temples, our bodies are sacred temples, right? But I was making sure I was understanding or hearing clearly, and I was like, are you saying temporal, or what do you mean? Because I'm thinking of temples like in the head. And they're like, temporal, referring to the temples of the skull, united, I'm sorry, not united, but limited by time or relating to this present life or worldly situation. I can't read my own handwriting. I'm just here, what am I reading? Well, what's interesting is when they said the temples of the skull, because I'm not sure if I shared this last week, but we were talking about how are you feeling? You're paying attention to your bodies. Are you writing down and noticing, paying extra care to everything, how your body feels within you? So for several weeks, actually since the winter solstice, I said my head and my scalp itches all over. And then I do notice like that, okay, so it wasn't an actual physical pain, but it felt like my skull was on fire. You feel like, what was that? That one character. Oh, shoot. The one who could turn on fire, who could fire, and he was a skull and something rider. What was that?
Ghost Rider.
The Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider. Thank you. Ghost Rider. I felt like that, right? Like your skull's on fire. Anyway. And, but it didn't hurt. But it felt hot. It was the strangest sensation ever. So when they said that, it read ding, 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 ding. Oh, the skull. Oh, so are we all feeling this expansion of our skull, so to speak? So I was just like, oh, yeah, that kind of brought it, connect the dots for me. And then they continue on with the only way through this war is to heal and ascend. And we've heard this, but it's harder than, it's not really hard. It can be challenging, though. It can be challenging, right? But it's not impossible. It's not impossible. So I will continue with this in just a moment. Let me catch up on some of these. Take a deep breath and just enjoy. They want me to do this here. 432 hertz. Just take some deep breaths in. And then they want you to release like from your sacred heart center in all directions like a lighthouse. So we're going to be breathing in this holy divine source light and then exhaling that through our heart. So have it come up through the bottom of your feet at the same time coming in through your skull, through your crown chakra, meeting in the sacred heart center, and whoosh, go out in all directions and see how that feels. Whew. And we're going to be doing that a couple more times this evening because they really want this to be the focus. We really need to make sure we are grounded and connected to source from our feet and our head all the way up, okay? Oh. Okay, so Robin says, I watched a good movie with Lonnie Mae called Encanto. Is a Disney movie about receiving spiritual gifts and powers. Oh, okay. I think I saw that advertised, but I wasn't sure about it because, Disney. So, but hopefully they've turned around. Hopefully they have some good stuff now. No. I'm glad it was good and that they're talking about that, Robin. And I love that you spend time together and watch movies. And I have a movie I want to share with y'all in a little bit too. Sugar Kim, very vivid dreams. But yes, very vivid dreams and lots of sleep too, right? So, headaches and lots of sleep. Yes, drink plenty of water and that will make the headaches ease up some. And I also rub those temples, right? Rub the temples in your skull. Just rub the temples, and I feel like that helps. Oh, also too for headaches, what I've also been finding too, you can find this on Amazon and or wherever you want to get it. All right. I'm just gonna type it in the comments, and you can look it up and find it on Amazon. It's called AccuLeaf, and it uses the pressure points. You know that if you hold this pressure point, I think it's L14, don't quote me, pressure point here, it stops headaches. Now, I researched this when I used to have really bad migraines. Well, AccuLeaf, it's this cute little clip like this, but it's made just for that. You slip it on, and you find that pressure point, okay? And what it does is it puts constant pressure, and you put it on your non-dominant hand. And even if you use both hands, just use the one that you use the least. And sit there for 3 minutes or more, or just however you need to. Some people put it on and sleep with it. But I find that all I need is like 5 minutes. It has stopped headaches in its tracks. By doing this and drinking plenty of water. There is a note of caution on this, though. If you're pregnant, do not wear this because it does cause contractions when you use this acupressure point. All right. So just, Kim, this has helped. This has been absolutely fantastic. You can do research on it. They have videos discussing it. And so I hope that helps with you too. It's called AccuLeaf. So see? Just put it on, go on about your day, and there you go. But if you put on your dominant hand and try to do something, you can actually pop it off, all right? So, hello, Veronica VB. How are you? So glad you could join us. Yes, I'm so glad you could join live. Subjects on point. Also need to burp. Oh, you'll be burping some more. And it's been headaches too in the forehead. Yes. So, great tip. Thanks. You are so welcome. It's helped me, and I'm all about that. And I used to do this, sit there, but you have to, for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. And then it's constant pressure, and we're not real good with that, right? So this puts that constant pressure on. Anyway, I'm not a salesperson for this, but when you find products that work, I want to share with everybody. It is a great tip. So, I hope it helps you guys. Let me know if you try it. Let me know. Thank you so much. I got the pack of 3. They come in different. The pack of 3 comes in different colors, like the turquoise, the lime green, and the black. And just in case I pop one, or in case anyone else needs it, any visitors, company, my husband, my sons when they visit, whatever, and they've got a headache, here, put this on. So there you go. Good to go. Add that to Not really. There's no medicine cabinet, but it's a wellness. I call it a wellness cabinet where I have my herbal supplements, my tinctures and oils and things like that. And then, of course, beside me on my desk when I'm working in case I need it. All right. So, yes, we've all been feeling that, but that just validates too how we've been feeling. So, if our head's like this receiver, we're receiving, right? Because in our brains there is that uh, it's receiving, we're receiving it, so we're going to feel it. Yeah, I'm having a hard time trying to articulate what they're saying, so hold on. All right. Hi, Sarah, Super Space Cookie. Thanks for joining. Let me just go ahead and finish reading some of the channel messages. So part of that. So they're saying reconnection. Reconnect to or create a solid, grounded foundation in spiritual, universal source law, the law of one, and knowing, and stay in this sacred space. Do not stray out of it by anything that we see, anything that we see outside of us, right? Because there's a lot of fear, right? How do they control you? With fear. And so stay away from that. Don't stray into it and observe. What about observing is that don't connect to it. That's what they mean by that. Observe, just watch. Yes, we're all connected, but we're so hypersensitive now. It's oh my gosh, don't be so hypersensitive to everything. Yes, we feel it. Bravo. We feel it. We've got a pulse. We're alive. But don't overact to it. Just observe. Notice how that feels within you. Is it for your highest and greatest? That's wonderful. If it isn't, fix it. If it isn't, fix it. Right? By purging it, by transforming it. Don't make your own connection to God, source, divine, creator, by going within. There's nothing outside of you that is going to help you during this time. There's nothing materialistic, no other person. You can have a support like this beautiful tribe here. We help each other, but we're not going to do things for each other either, right? Definitely not going to support enabling or codependency. We're teaching each other to stand on our own 2 feet, and that we're here for you. We're side by side. We're here, right? And yeah, it's challenging, but you don't have to do it alone in that way. Okay? So everything that we observe now, we must ask, is this loving, beneficial, or joyful? If not, what are we going to do with it? Is this empowering for myself and others? If not, what are we going to do with it? Is this creating or supporting division? Ooh. Do you want any part of that? And they constantly are. Different words, same tricks, different words every time. Unity is the only way through this spiritual war, through this war, and it ends the war. The war's already won. We just got to let it trickle down from the higher frequencies and dimensions and catching up. And also, to a lot of us, we know we're right there to that golden age. We're right there. That threshold's right there. And we know that. And we have to be very patient too. That's the thing, is patience. Now, there's many of us who could say, yeah, we're ready. Flip the switch and we can on a dime go right into peace. But we have to be compassionate and understanding that there's many that can't do that. All right, they're going to be shocked on the truths that are surfacing, and they need a phasing in and a phasing out. A phasing out of the old corrupt ways that are crumbling and falling, and then a phasing into the new. All right, so they have to process this, and we're going to be here strong and supportive, and yes, holding this vibration, observing, and just, yes, you know what, we're going to stay in our love, we're going to stay in the light. And when we do that and we help people, it just accelerates so much faster. We can't change anyone. We know that. We can't do someone else's work for them. Oh my goodness. No way. So we don't want to do that either. Right? So I thought that was really beautiful. And I want to show you synchronicity. As I'm writing this, I'm not paying attention to anything. All right. So then in the bottom of this journal, I have a journal that has pictures in it. On the bottom, I read it says, keep your face always toward the sunshine and the shadows will fall behind you. But look at this next page. She's grounded in a tree, grounding with the heart like a lighthouse shining in all directions. This is how I want you to be. All right. So the tree, the staff, our spine, all right, all symbolisms of the same energy rods. You see how this tree is a lighthouse? This is how I want you to be. This lighthouse, this is how we all are. This is to visualize that light coming out in all directions. So I giggled when I saw that. And then the next 2 pages are also pictures, what I thought was so profound. See how you love these too. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. This is, I don't even know where I got this because I always ask for journals for Christmas too, so it could have been a gift. But it's called Sacred Space, Writing and Creativity Journal. And just look at the journal with a tree, another tree, with a heart right in the middle. Signs, everywhere there's signs, huh? Oh, and then my bookmark for my journal. I love this, right? The dragons, my blue and red dragon. Dragon, the bookmark. Oh, and then on the other side, the red one. Look at that. Nice, huh? The dragons. All right. And so I love it. They have the artwork. And I have fun with my journal too. I any cards, like birthday cards, any kind of cards, any kind of, I stick them in the journal. I make it almost like a journal scrapbook. All right, and it's so beautiful. All right. So they go on to talk about real self-mastery. Real self-mastery is obtaining the ability to not only observe others, but to observe self as well. Observe self as well, which can be hard because we have been taught to lie to ourselves, and that has actually been supported too. Yes, let them lie to themselves. All right, we're unhooking from all of this. All right, all of this control, and move away from the word control and move into command. The command center is your sacred heart center. I am commanding this. I am commanding this. Now, I said something, I shared something. Let me say this. A couple years ago, put feelers out. People weren't ready to hear that yet, but we're really moving into these times now. And long before we were mind controlled, long before our we went into a state of amnesia, when we went into the state of amnesia, and then we were taught incorrectly. You can teach them anything if you wipe up, right? And then start over. What religion was and how to pray. And that there's a middleman, a middle person to talk to source, to creator, to God. And that's It's not true. We have the direct connection, and it's within, not with anyone else outside of us. Okay. And so it was told to me a long time ago, is that, you know what's more powerful than prayer is commanding. Because you're doing it, you're stepping into your power, and you're commanding from a space of divine love. You're making it so. Praying is asking, meditating is receiving. We've all heard this, right? But when you're commanding, you make it so. I command this. And what you're commanding is for your highest and greatest and for everyone's highest and greatest. Make sure what you're commanding is not harmful to any other living being. Well, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's what the earth commands. The weather, there's other nature beings who command and make things so, who are working with this planet, work all in harmony together. So I think a lot of people may have a hard time with that, going, but I'm not God. But you are godly. You are from God. You are a co-creator with Source, with God. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay? And so we command it. Command it. And we're going to command healing. You can command healing. Also, too, making sure that you do things to support what you're commanding. If you're commanding healing, are you taking the steps? Are you making sure that what you're consuming is for your body's highest and greatest? Now, I'm not saying, no one has a 100% pure diet. We all like our snacks, our treats, but if you're making a conscious effort to, I'm eating better and healthier for me. I'm staying healthy. I'm keeping my immune system healthy, naturally healthy. It's importing that, then yeah, absolutely. That's what makes it work even more. When we interfere with what we're commanding, if we're not living that. So we have to make sure that we're in the same vibration. Thank you. That they're putting it. We have to make sure we're in the same frequency of the command. So we're making this command that's very high frequency, but we're not matching it. You can see where it's not going to work. So we have to be in that same frequency of the command. I hope that makes sense. Okay. I haven't prayed in a long time. When they taught me that, I haven't prayed. I command, I make it so. Make it so. Make it so. And there's nothing, I feel even more empowered. I feel even closer to Source. I feel closer to you. I feel closer to everyone. It's beautiful is what it is. All right? So much better than being mind controlled by people who don't give a flying anything F about you. No. Who doesn't care about you, doesn't care about what you're doing. Oh, I went blurry. Okay, let me calm down. Bring it down. And we need to release the need to defend or be right. Even to defend. We don't need to defend. Release the need to defend or be right and stay on the path to unity and oneness with others. And that community, and we are one. We are one. All right? This entire planet, this biosphere is rising like the phoenix from the ashes. So now more than ever, it is all about the choices that we make and our personal responsibility to be sovereign, free beings. Okay? And so that was the communication I had with my team yesterday. And then, so Tesla's been coming in a lot. Did I write that down too? Tesla comes to me. And I have to tell you, it's kind of funny because when he started coming to me, I was at first kind of terrified because I'm like, oh gosh, are you going to start giving me math? Mathematics, scientific equations and stuff, because you're coming to the wrong person. oh no, I don't want to do all that. I think you're coming to the wrong person, right? And he would just laugh at me when I would say that. So he's been around a lot, and he's smiling more and more and more. And his message yesterday to me when he came again, he was like, the frequency of a smile. That's all he said. The frequency of a smile. The frequency. Never thought about that. But we all know that a smile is contagious and that it is uplifting energetically, right? But the frequency, he made me think about that. The frequency of a smile. Wow. How do you like that? Isn't that great? And so then Edgar Casey came into it, and it's like, okay, so each soul is a universe in itself. Wise words from such beautiful, beautiful beings that we are all co-creating with. You really are. Ooh, I'm on fire now. That one's it's like, whoa! Tesla and Edgar Casey both put me on fire. I'm on fire. Oh my goodness, so beautiful, isn't it? All right, let me take some more water here. Catch up on some of the comments before we continue on. Ooh. Let's see, Veronica. I've been gifted 4 Tree of Life jewelry pieces, and now confirmation from you. I get the message. Yes. Oh, Veronica, I love the Tree of Life. I have so many of those jewelry pieces too, and it's just like, oh, you know what though? If I have too much that I can wear, you know how you can enjoy them is I hang them on like fishing line or put some pretty wire or string or something and hang them as ornaments, enjoy them and hang them around the house. And you can enjoy them all the time. Your favorite ones you wear, but if you have too many of them, you can, have them displayed. But know that it's not just a pretty display piece, that it's actually doing some work there too energetically. So I just wanted to share that with you. I love the Tree of Life jewelry. Robin, yes, command. I do not pray like others. I do not say amen, for this is a false God put in religion. Yes, exactly. Yeah, very good. It's make it so. And so it is. Make it so. And so it is. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Kim, I had a craving for Taco Bell today, but first time this year. Stay away from Taco Bell. You're in Sedona. Go get some, they should have some really good, I don't want to say, Mexican food, but they can. They should have some really good Southwestern food there. Stay away from the fast food places. But yeah, I know what it's like, oh yeah. I need some salsa and, and some chips and some, black beans and, just, yeah, anyway. Yeah. You can make it your own and more healthier, right? So, Robin, my prayer is talking to my spiritual team all the time. Well, exactly. And that's it. And the more you do it, the more they come around and the more and stronger and stronger and stronger it gets. So, and you don't have to be sitting down journaling. It's like I'm on with my day and we have a conversation like, if you were visiting me and we were walking around having a conversation, whether it's sit down, let's have something to eat, let's share some coffee, we'll have conversation, let's dishes, clean, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's they're with you and they're talking to you no matter what you're doing. It's good. So let's see. Veronica, Kim, I always go with my cravings no matter how odd. That is true because it could be something your body is needing. So right. Even if it seems kind of crazy, but your body could just really need that. Yep. So, Wendy, I hung a Tree of Life that I made as sun catchers. That's what I was seeing, Wendy. I'm glad you said that. I could see them like sun catchers. It was just, and it's, I love hanging blingy, sparkly things so that as the light comes in, it just shoots these beautiful rainbow rays all over the house. So nice. So nice. Wendy, I think I sold some at the shelter too. So nice. Wendy, you make any more, let us know. You know, share with this sacred circle, with this tribe here. Let's see. Sarah, I was listening as I was driving. I had 2 deer run in the road and stop and told them to be careful and go be safe. They sat and looked at me and ran when I told them to be safe. Aw, but they understood you, Sarah. That's beautiful. I love it. Yay! And you see, and that's that was from the heart, Sarah. That you were communicating with them from the heart, and that heart-to-heart connection is so strong. We don't talk at any, and that's I think the miscommunication. You don't talk at, but if your words are loving and come from your heart, that is the universal language of love that's understood. It was really interesting the other day. I was all the birds and squirrels, we have so much conversation. And so one of my sons was over and he was standing at the kitchen window looking out the bird feeders. And the squirrel, when he wants to have conversation with me, he knows to run. And there's a spot and he looks up at the window and we have conversation. Well, the squirrel saw someone there, didn't know it was me yet or him, because my oldest son, Brian, he has heart's just so open too, like that, just all nature and enjoying. So I know he saw his light. So the squirrel runs over, stands up, starts looking at Brian, and Brian's like, the squirrel's looking at me like he's having a conversation. And I was laughing. I was like, well, he is. What is he telling you? And Brian's like, that's so. I was like, let go of that. Let go of that thought that it's so silly. Be quiet and listen. And then he was just like, oh. I was like, they're not going to sit here and have, they're not going to have this big dialogue like we do. They're not going to say sentences and give a thesis. They're just going to really give a feeling, a sensation, a word or two. And just what is that? And it is that simple. And he was like, oh, that's so awesome, but it was great. I'm glad he got to experience that. So, Wendy, I should make more. I've been focusing on music now. I guess I go through phases. Yeah, we do what's needed, but now you incorporate. You started with the music, but you can incorporate it, have time for all of it, right? Still do your music because that's such a big part of you, of course, but you can also do some craft time too, right? Let's see, Robin, people think I'm crazy. I have conversations. I know I do too, but you know what? It works. It really does. And so, oh, hi, Maureen on Rumble. Thank you for tuning in, dear. It really does. It does. And so it's it's amazing. The other morning, one squirrel, I was talking to him, and 3 more showed up, and I'm like, oh, you brought your buddies. It was so cute. But they felt safe. When they feel safe, they bring their friends, their family, they bring their tribe to you too, and they do talk back, exactly. And it's beautiful. Like I said, love, responding to love, and it is beautiful. All right, so move into a couple of things here. But before I do that, I want to share one other thing. I know a lot of you have already done this, and I really appreciate you. Now, this link may cut off, but if you click on it, it will take you right to where it needs to be, because I have tested this. Now, we have been nominated for this Podcasting for Business Awards, and we're really, really grateful for that. So we need people to vote, and a lot of you have already voted, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You click on the link to vote, and this link will take you to my blog that has the specific instructions, because you want to follow the instructions completely. If you don't follow the instructions, then the entry might not count. So that's why I put it in a blog format. It's not just go to this website and vote. I want you to read how to vote, and then the link is there to go click it and vote from there. So please, thank you so much if you voted. I appreciate it. Please share that link, have others vote for us. I mean, I'm just grateful that we were nominated. That I was in a happy dance with that. I was like, who cares if we win? You know what? I'm just excited. But it's like, hey, let's just see. Let's make some noise. Let's see what we can do. So thank you so much. The deadline is tomorrow. We have tonight. We have tomorrow. Tomorrow night at midnight is the last time to get the votes in. So if you don't mind, just please, if y'all could share that too, I would really appreciate that. And, it just means so much to me. So thank you to us all with Goldylocks Productions, because it's for all of us. All right. And so Maureen, Sarah, Super Space Cookie is saying hello to you. So, all right. Yes. So, very, very interesting. Talking about movies. Hi, Carol Ann. Happy Sunday. Carol Ann Carey's in the house. So, you've heard me talk about before, we're all ascending. 3D, 4D, 5th dimension, and also, though, we're going to even further, 6th and 7th dimension. I know that the first thing is, okay, let's get everyone to the 5th dimension. But when you meditate and when you connect and have that conversation with your higher self and with your guidance team, all right, with your committee, so to speak, we're going much higher than 5th dimension. Absolutely. When you think your higher self is 12th dimension, all right, your guardian angel and your higher self is 12th dimension. So we are just going so high. So there's 3 phases of the earth. The 3D is Earth, Mother Earth, we call her. The 5th dimension frequency or consciousness of the earth is called Tara, T-A-R-A. And the 5th dimension, the 7th dimension is Gaia. So we already know Gaia. So the 3rd dimension, that vibration, that frequency is Earth. 5th dimension is Tara. 7th dimension is Gaia. All right. Now, so I want you to put this into perspective. There are like 3 balls, right over each other, kind of, okay? 1, 2, 3, like this, okay? Well, the 3rd and 5th is so close to each other, all right, that you would almost think, if you were to, if those who can see, we can see the other earth right there. Well, there's the golden age, or it's another earth. And so this was really interesting as I saw this movie on Amazon Prime. It's called Another Earth. And I was blown away. I was guided after the channeling. They were like, hey, you should check out some of this. You should check out this movie. And I'm like, okay. And I always read reviews, and they were like, don't read the review, because people were trying to look at it as a sci-fi movie instead of, really, it's listed as drama, but it won a lot of awards in film festivals, Another Earth. And what I loved from it was because it was a mirror image, Another Earth, and they were communicating, oh, look, there are 2 Earths right side by side. And I was like, oh, I get it. What they're saying too is that when you have those eyes and you can see that, and just whether we feel that, but to put it into a physical model, so to speak, that you can relate to it. And that's what a lot of us, this is all going through, is the people that said, I will believe it when I see it. Well, there's a lot of things. There's stuff. Can you see it now? Can you see it now? And so I thought that was beautiful, because I could see where, all right. But it was interesting because I was watching the movie and I'm like, so what would happen if the people on this earth want to go travel to that earth? Do they see themselves? It's like, so how does that work? And they're like, well, you sit here and you talk about the 3D, 5D, 7D aspects of this planet, of this biosphere, but we all have these aspects. What does the third dimensional, fifth dimensional, seventh dimensional, all the way up to 12th dimensional Tiffany look like? Are you separate? And that's the problem. We're treating it as separate, but it's the same, just in different frequencies, in different moods, in different. And I'm like, oh. And we play with this all the time. When we do that, talk to your inner child. We're doing the same thing. Our higher self now, maybe it depends. Maybe the child's higher than we are. But when you're talking to that child, is that really a version of our higher self, right? That child that is so connected to the higher self. So they're really saying higher self. Is the inner child work the higher self? But we do this all the time in the range of emotions that we're in. We phase in and out of these frequencies on a daily basis. I'm sorry. I know. Trust me. I was going dizzy. I was dizzy watching this movie and everything was going and falling into place. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. Oh my God. Sorry, disclaimer, do not mean to make anyone dizzy here. Oh, come on, Carol Ann. I can't go that high, Tiffany, and get dizzy. We're all dizzy. Oh, Robin, you saw that movie trailer last night, wanted to watch it. I didn't even watch TV. I don't either. But it's another Earth. You will not. It's really beautiful, too, because it talks about life choices, what happens, and it just covers all the bases. I feel it's a beautiful movie that applies to now. It came out in 2011, won all sorts of, like I said, awards, film festival awards for. I like the drama of it and the science that there's a little bit in there. If you're, and it's like, this is amazing. This is right here. Did they have that foresight? Anyway, you want to watch that? Watch that. It's another one. Wendy, you're making me dizzy. My head is spinning. I'm sorry, but it's because we've been taught physically place everything in a category and label it, right? We have. But can you do that to ourselves and to our different aspects of ourselves? Can you do that too? What's the 3D version of Wendy? Ooh, what's the fifth, 4D, fifth, 5D, 6, right? So as we're purging right now, we're purging the 3D and the 4D, fourth dimension stuff out that isn't for our highest and greatest anymore. We've all done that. This is what we call the luggage, the baggage, the stuff that can weigh you down. We don't need that anymore. It's not even who we are. Just a simple thinking back 10 years ago. Wow. Definitely know so much more now. 20, definitely 20 years. Oh, what, 30, yeah. So it seems like we're brilliant until we're the age 10 and then we go down in age and then back up. Right? It's kind of like, ooh, no one pays attention to the little kids who are vibrating so high. And then it's like fall down and then back up. And then so enjoy the ride. Didn't mean to make anyone dizzy during this, but it's we try to label things too much, identify it, over identify it. Don't we create separation, and then it kind of causes the confusion? Just let it be. Let it just all be. Let it trickle in. Okay, Sarah, is that a free movie? It's a free movie with the Prime. No, it's not. This one was not. I did have to rent. I rented it, but it was worth the $3.99. Totally worth the $3.99. That's not a free one, but yeah, I probably should go buy that one because I want to rent them first, But I was like, it's $3.99. Just go. It's fine. but it's totally worth it. It's an hour and a half long. I watched it in an afternoon and was just, it made me think for 2 days straight. I was like, what? It was great though. Implode, explode things, we take it apart, put it back together. Wow. Let me read what Maureen had said. Let's see. Maureen says, I've talked to my higher self before. She's so wise and smarter than me. She said, understanding comes with time and patience. Most definitely, Maureen, it does. Yes. Oh, wait, I'm quoting an Archie song from the 70s. You make me dizzy and my head is spinning. Oh, okay. Oh, got it. Yep. Okay. Oh, you got me. That was great. All right. So, just something else too is really, really great. I'll share this with you. My old age is showing. No, you're not. It's your wisdom is showing. Your wisdom. Age is just an illusion with this whole time thing, with this whole time concept, right? So, all right. So, how many of you remember show host Reverend Lee Chapin here? Reverend Lee Chapin, she had a show here. And so I run her telecasts for her. No, that's wrong. Her teleconferences. I run her teleconferences for her cell phone. She has great teachings. And so her last one, they're on Wednesday. The Wednesdays before Ruth's show. It was kind of mind blowing because I had heard been working with this for about 6 months. No, 4 months now. And then again, everything falling into place, tying everything in. So I'm also here from, and I'm going to tell you, yes, I do look at an observation point. Don't take everything so serious. A lot of patriot shows, but you want to be very careful. I won't listen to anything that's yelling, screaming, angry, fuming, spitting, believe me, or my way is the right way, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to participate in something like that. But there are some really good things that some people have, and they just spin things, talk, spin things, share some information that they may have or found, because there's information out there for those that want to do research. It's there, and they share it, and they share the source and share everything. And so anyway, just know that things that are put on the internet and then are deleted and wiped out and on websites and then deleted, the pages deleted or taken down, it's not taken off of the dark web. It's always there. And if you know where to look for, you can find all sorts of information, which is what the woman who did the Fall of the Cabal series did. She did all that. Well, there's other people who's doing it too. What's really interesting, okay, is that, and I'm gonna say this, is with everything that's gonna come out, what do you think should happen? We should do, or what do you think should happen to the White House, the Washington, D.C. area? What do you think they should do to the White House as evil and corruption are being brought forth and shown? What do you think should be done with that? Because I've heard a lot of people say it should either be returned to the swamp, it should be blown up, it should be bulldozed, and all of this. So here's the thing I want you to remember, is that parasites do not create. The evil, they don't create. And I know that there's a lot of false information, but I want you to, how everything went sideways was the end of the 1700s. Okay, so now the plans for that whole area, and they say it's Masonic. There's good and there's bad, of course, in every walks of life. Good intentions George Washington, he's another one who'll come to you if you want to talk to him. He will come to me when we talk about liberty and justice and just, what liberty. He has great conversation. Him and Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson will talk your ear off, though. So Carol Ann, have a conversation with George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and get back and we'll compare notes. Anyway. And of course, Thomas Jefferson will come to you in his pajamas because he was so 2020 before 2020. He had day pajamas, night pajamas. He had it going on. Anyway, so funny. So everything was designed for frequency and harmony, was in alignment with the Earth's day lines for good, not for evil. The Washington Monument, in its creation and the first construction, it wasn't done all at once. It halted halfway. So it wasn't done. But that monument, as most obelisks were used initially for antennas and for frequencies going the right way. So when the evil come in, remember, they don't create anything. They couldn't come up with this creation design, this plan. No way. They came in and took over something like that. Spin the energy in the opposite direction, invert it, finished the monument, the Washington Monument, because if you look at it, it has two different colors. The top part is either darker or lighter than the bottom, I forget, but there's stones from different quarries because it wasn't finished the same time frame. So now they finished it and they ran the harmonics through it in a reversal so that it did damage, not good. Okay, it was using mind control down here to us instead of the connection with the ethers. So always remember, they don't create, they take over. They try to rewrite the history. They took over the Vatican, which was a beautiful ancient building, and they just, do what they got to do. They remodeled in a very bad way. But anyway, and that's just a couple of the buildings. There's so many more. Anyway, bottom line is, let's just send love and light to the monument. And we can play the 432, the 528 frequencies, visualize the Washington Monument, and having the energy from the ground going up, meeting with the ethers in the sky. Does this sound familiar? Isn't this how I want you to run the energies in your body? From the ground and from the sky, from the ethers coming and meeting in the middle and letting it vibrate out. So there's a great website, and you can get these frequencies. Some of you may already have this, because I've talked about this before. David Serretta is in Canada. He's a Canadian musician, but he's more than, he's a scientist. He's let me just post this here, up here. Oh, let me take this down. The show's almost over anyway. Okay, so you can see this. You can write it down. davidserretta.com/Washington. It'll take you right to, he has these tones, he has these frequencies for the direct healing, right for the Washington Monument. Now, and then Reverend Lee brought up, when she was talking about the rays, she was guided to the Washington Monument and said that ray, that energy for the Washington Monument was originally made for the Liberty flame. The Liberty. That Liberty frequency. So, yes, you want to do this? Let's do this now. We're going to visualize the Washington Monument in your head. And then what we're going to do is we're going to let this spread underground to every other obelisk or every other antenna that was built for the good. We're just going to keep doing this. All right, sending it out all over. We can do it for ourselves. We can most definitely do this for ley lines, for other, like I said, buildings that were actually built in harmony. Well, we can turn that harmonics back around for good, all right, and help with and speed this up. Okay, so I'll play this right now, and let's just visualize the Washington Monument, and we're going to just let love and light come from the ground, meet up with it from the stars, from the ethers, coming through the monument. And when it meets in that middle, all right, instead of the heart chakra, and when it meets in the middle, it creates this tuning fork vibration and goes out in all directions. All right, so we can do this for ourselves. We can think of other people to send healing this way. We can, if they will accept that, just send it out there. If they'll accept it, they'll accept it. If not, it will go somewhere else where it will be used. Nothing goes to waste. All right, so here we go. Ooh, burp. Yeah, here we go, Veronica. Just visualize. Not only the Washington Monument, but any other obelisk, any other monument. But yes, specifically the Washington Monument, because we do need to clear that area, that whole area, with the Liberty Flame. We are sovereign beings. We are free. Imagine that Liberty Flame shining brightly, vibrating in the correct direction and frequencies for humanity, for this planet, for this biosphere. And y'all can do this at home. Y'all can do this too. If you don't have a tuning fork, right from the heart to heart, most powerful, powerful way to connect. Always, always, always. So the point I made with that too, because Rob and I used to think the same way. Let's just take it all down. But why are we taking down something that was reversed, that was made? Why don't we reverse the energies? Make it maybe a museum to show what happened, but to show, give it back to the artists, the true artists. All right. And so it was a beautiful. How many of you even saw the Statue of Liberty when you do this? I saw Statue of Liberty pop up too. So very conductive. Remember, Statue of Liberty is made of copper. All right. Another powerful. I just got the goosebumps, the chills. I know we ran over a little bit, but I'm still vibrating. Woo! All right. Sarah, I've been doing that energy running since last Sunday daily. Yes, Sarah, just keep running these energies. We've just got to. Oh, I meant the evil's going down. Yeah. Okay, Robin. Yes. Oh, yes. Absolutely it is. Yes. And so, but wouldn't we be stooping to their level? You know how they would take down statues and monuments and everything? Well, we'd be stooping down to the level doing the same thing. So, but especially when these were not created out of evil, they were created with great intentions. Let's just turn it back around, polish it off, shine some light on it, show what it really is. Exactly. Evil is a lot of it's gone down, and it's just that information coming out, that validation coming out. So of it catching up. So Here we go. And it is. Everything's moving right on track to where it's supposed to. So just know that. Know that. See, it's already done because it is. Light one. God, really you think that source that God's going to lose? Hello. So hold that end result of peace in your mind, in your heart. Yes. And remind your mind if your mind goes a little crazy, come back over here. Stop that fear stuff. All right. Deep breaths. And so February, a lot of great things happening in February. And so let's see, my next show will be February 6th. And then that Monday, the 7th, our very own Sarah Ingraffia has her show debut, the Golden Sunshine Healing Hour. You do not want to miss that. And she's actually going to be on a couple of shows. February 1st, Robin's show. Sarah's going to be the special guest, and she's going to be the special guest on Carol Ann Carey's show on Thursday next week as well, this upcoming week. So a lot of great things for February. Oh, yay. Growing, expanding. So, all right. So let me just catch up. Oh, my goodness. All right, Sugar Kim, thanks for a great show. Lots of energy running. I agree we need to make a museum to remember what happened exactly. Thank you so much. I love the show. Oh, I love you all so much. Thank you for sitting in the sacred circle this evening. You know that you can revisit this energy and this connection always because it's within you, in your heart, within my heart. We're all connected. We're all together. Thank you all so much for taking time sitting in this sacred space. It's not just for us. It's for all of humanity. It's for this planet. It is for the universe because everyone, every aspect, all of us, we are growing and expanding. Okay? So, yes, Wendy, woohoo, birthday, February 7th. All right. Until we sit in Sacred Circle next week, which will be February. So, I'll see you next month. February 6th. Good night, everyone. Much peace, love, and light. I see you. I see your light. And continue to shine brightly.
Don't want the fun to end? Grab more refreshments. Then head over to the Goldylocks Productions YouTube channel. With the huge selection of shows, the fun doesn't have to end.